next thing we're going to do, a little kick wax application. So I've got just a perfectly prepared ski here now. Glide zones are done, all buffed out and scraped, brushed, ready to go. This area isn't quite ready to go because we've determined that we need to use binder on our skis. Okay, one of the things about binder, there are a number of binders, and they all have different areas of different levels of hardness. And the two that I have here right now, this is a Toco base binder. It's green. It's really interesting wax that it can serve as a base binder, but it is the softest of the base binders. It also will work as a kick wax. And then the next hardest base binder is made by Swix, and essentially there's any number of ways to put these on. But since we determined we do need base binder, and we usually do this to the kick zone anyway, we'll take some real heavy grit sandpaper. I'm going to use a 60. Usually we use 60 for clister. And you'll see people do this, and they'll do it in any number of ways. There's only one way in my mind, and it's linear. So if you go down the ski like this, stay in your zone, identify the zone right here, come this way, don't go quite to the end there. Essentially what you're doing is you're straight lining the structure in your ski and work from there this way. Essentially what you're going to do is you're going to create hairs, and you're going to create a greater surface area for the wax to adhere to. Now if you get to the point where you think you may have done too much of this, you can take a plastic scraper, okay, and just go over this lightly and kind of shave it. Essentially, here we go. Let's see, nothing special. So I'm going to do a little section of this like this. I don't need to show you how to put on both of them because you put them both on the same way. And just cork the heck out of that. Okay. There we go, right to the edge. Now, if you're really finicky about your zones, you don't want any contamination, just take a piece of tape, go right like this, tape it over. I don't make a big effort to tack it down to the ski, but I do make a big effort to tack it down to the sidewalls. Okay, and then I can work away, and I'm not going to have to worry about taking any of that binder into my glide zone. Okay, now I'm going to do the next area. I really am a little nervous, okay? Put a good goober layer on here. And now, I want to make sure that I'm getting a good relationship of that wax with the base of the ski, so I can use an iron. And you'll be able to see it heat up. Now we're in a little conundrum here, in that I want that to cool down a little bit because it is on the warm side, but I'll come right back and I'll cork it, so I'm going to make sure that I've got good coverage. There are so many wax companies out there. It comes down to the point that, can we afford all the different wax companies? Most likely not. So essentially, and it's the old adage, it's been around for years and years and years. Get into one wax line and use it. Learn it. And you'll be better off. They all work. It's just a matter of getting to know them. And you know, if you're using a little bit of this, a little bit of that, I mean, you'll end up spending a lot of money trying to get the whole line and trying to get the whole line to work for you and have other lines. So I'm pretty much when it comes to glide, I'm pretty much a Toco person. When it comes to kick, I'm a Swix and a Roadie person. I'm a big guy on having a softer wax under a harder wax. It's sort of like the rug in your living room. You know, they put the cushion underneath and the rug is on top, and it's harder, but you get the cushion of the underneath from the foam that they put there. And I feel I can do the same thing. So I'll put a softer wax under a harder wax almost all the time. So in this combination, I've got a red, temperature range -1 to 3, and then I'm going to use a blue on top of that, temperature range -2 to -6. And so essentially, I can keep doing the same thing that I just did before, and then having that tape there is really nice. Go right up to the edge, I can go onto the tape. I don't have to worry about getting into the glide zone. Okay, I can cork this, I can iron it, and I could have put on a lot thicker binder. I mean, there's any numbers of ways I can go. Don't think this is the ultimate job. This is just a demonstration. You are the one who has to figure out what's going on with the conditions and make a decision how thick the base has to be, base binder has to be, and how thick your wax job is going to be. So, and there's any number of things that I can do to this. I can just cork it like I did before. Cork away here. I like these little small corks. Okay. Or I could have heated this in again with this iron. Boom, 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 boom. If you notice, I've used the same iron for kick and glide. I made sure that I wipe this down. And the other thing is, if I'm nervous, I'll just crank it up. And whatever was on here, if it's kick or glide and I don't want to mix them, I'll crank it up and let it burn off. I'm going to iron it. Do this. Okay, it gives me the feeling that I'm getting a better relationship between the wax and the base in that area that I sanded. Now, we've gone out and skied. Skis don't quite work. So what do we want to do? Well, we could do another coat of this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here in the binding area, right here, about 3 inches behind the binding, because the balance point is right in here, and come about 5 or 6 inches out here. I'm not going to do the whole zone because the skis are almost good enough. So if I add thicker wax in here, it's not going to have a problem of getting involved with the snow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another layer of what I started with. In other words, put the red, and then I'm going to take and put the blue right on top. Same combination. You can see if the camera is close enough, you can see that I've actually worked that out. Hang on to the snow, whang, works good. Okay? Doesn't work. Go out, really have missed it. Now, don't even waste your time with these, go warmer. Okay? And try to make, if you're going to go warmer, don't go the full length of your kick zone, come back in here, you know, come inside a little bit, but not a lot. And then try that and keep moving until, now, you can get to a point where wax is too thick, you need to start over again. Here we go, spatula. Take that thing off. Take the wax off. Okay. And start over again. Because now your wax is getting too thick. You're going to have slow skis no matter what you do.